Before we pray, let's take a moment to listen to God's word. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Psalm 27:1 this morning, as the sun starts to come up and the world slowly wakes up. We come to God with hearts ready to listen. We don't rush into the day. We stop, we breathe. We open ourselves to the one who holds this day and every day that comes. Psalm 27 isn't just beautiful words, it's a statement of truth, a reminder of who our God is and what that means for us. When David wrote this psalm, he wasn't speaking from a comfortable place. He was declaring light while surrounded by darkness. He was naming salvation while walking through fear. And this morning, we do the same no matter what today brings, no matter what challenges you are waking up to face. You are not alone. The Lord is your light. When the path ahead seems unclear, He will show you the way. The Lord is your salvation. When worry tries to creep in, He saves you from its hold. The Lord is your stronghold. When the storms come, you are protected in Him. Let your soul rest in this truth. God is near. He is not waiting for you to have everything figured out. He is here right now in your first breath of the day. He's not measuring how strong you are. He is offering you His strength. You don't have to perform. You don't have to work hard. You simply have to come declare this with me. I will not fear, for the Lord is with me. I am covered in the light of His presence. I will walk with confidence today because I am held by God. No weapon made against me will succeed. I am rooted. I am safe. I am surrounded. As we start this day, we push away the voice of fear. We silence the lies of the enemy. We listen to the voice of the shepherd who calls us by name. He leads us beside calm waters. He restores our soul. This isn't just nice language, it's a real truth. God's word is not far away. It is living and active. Psalm 27 is not something from the 187 past. It's a promise for your present. Let it be the way you see everything today. Let it shape your choices, your attitude, your posture. You are not walking into this day alone. You are stepping into it with divine presence, protection, and peace. Make this personal. Say it out loud if you can. The Lord is my light. The Lord is my salvation. The Lord is the stronghold of my life. And because of that, I will not fear. Let these words go deeper than your mind. Let them sink into your spirit. Let them push back the darkness. Let them lift your eyes higher. God is already in your day. He is before you, behind you, and beside you. He is covering you with grace. He is filling you with courage. So even if the world feels shaky, you are steady in Him. Even if you don't know what's ahead, you know who holds it. Even if your own strength fails, His will not. This is your foundation. This is your truth. This morning is not just another morning. It is special. It is set apart. It is a moment to remember who you are and whose you are. It is a moment to breathe in peace and breathe out fear. It is a moment to let Psalm 27 shape your inner world before the outer world begins to pull. Today, we don't just hope for peace, we declare it. We don't just ask for strength, we receive it. We don't just face the day, we walk through it with God. Let the rhythm of this morning be set not by rushing but by truth. Let the first voice you hear not be your worry or your schedule, but the Spirit of God reminding you you are safe. You are seen, you are strong, not because of you, but because of me, as the light rises outside. Let the light of His presence rise within you. Let it warm every cold place. Let it wake up every tired hope. Let it quiet the racing thoughts and slow your breath until peace becomes your pace. This is how we begin, rooted in the Word, wrapped in worship, and ready to receive, declare with boldness. I start this day in victory. I will not be shaken. For God is with me. His presence is my provision. His word is my guide. His Spirit is my strength. Psalm 27 goes on to say, though an army surrounds me, my heart will not fear. Though war breaks out against me, even then I will be confident. This isn't blind hope. It's spiritual vision. It's eyes that have seen the faithfulness of God and hearts that choose to trust Him again. So before you open your calendar, before the phone rings or the news plays or the pressure builds, come back to this moment. Come back to the promise. Come back to the God who never changes. Breathe again, pray again, hope again. You are not starting this day alone. You are stepping into it, covered, called, and claimed by the Most High. And nothing you face today will ever be greater than the one who walks with you. Heavenly Father, as the morning light breaks over the horizon and light begins to pour into this day, I lift my eyes to you, the maker of heaven and earth. Before I check a single message, before I step into the rush, I anchor my heart in your presence. I quiet my soul before you. I align myself with the rhythm of grace. You are not only the God of the mountaintops, but the God who walks beside me in the ordinary. You are with me when I feel strong and when I feel unsure. You do not change. Your love is not based on how well I do. Your mercy isn't limited. You give freely, fully, abundantly. And this morning, I receive it all, Jesus. Thank you for inviting me to stay close. Not just to visit, not just to ask, but to live. I choose to live today in the shelter of the Most High. I choose to make your faithfulness my fortress. I do not walk into this day defenseless. I am clothed in your righteousness, protected by your favor, carried by your Spirit. I declare I am covered by the blood of Jesus. I am hidden in Christ and seated in heavenly places. I will not fear what this day holds, for I know who holds me. I walk in authority, not worry. I choose joy. I choose truth. I choose peace. Holy Spirit, breathe through every part of me. Speak into the quiet guide. My thoughts order my steps. Make me sensitive to your voice today. Let me not rush ahead of you or fall behind. Let me walk in step with the Spirit, moment by moment, breath by breath. I ask for divine perspective today. Open my eyes to see beyond the surface. Help me to recognize the special in the simple, to notice the divine in the daily, to understand that I am never in a space too ordinary for you to move. Lord, I lift to you the people I will meet today. Whether friends or strangers, co-workers or family, let my presence reflect your love. Let my words carry healing. Let my actions be rooted in kindness. Use me, God, even in small ways, to show someone else who you are. I pray for wisdom in conversations, for patience in frustration, for gentleness in tension. Guard my tongue, purify my motives, align my will with yours. Let everything I do today bring glory to your name, Lord. I trust you with my time. Help me use it well. Help me prioritize, not just what's urgent, but what's eternal. Remind me that fruitfulness doesn't come from frantic working. It comes from staying close. So I stay close. I stay near. I draw close. I give you the plans I've made, the goals I've set, the hopes I carry quietly in my heart. You see it all, you hold it all, and I trust that you will lead me exactly where I need to be. If doors open, I'll walk through them with faith. If doors close, I'll rest in your protection. I release the pressure to figure everything out. I rest in the truth that your will is perfect and your timing is always right. Where there is confusion, bring clarity. Where there is fear, bring boldness. Where there is delay, bring peace. I surrender every outcome to you, believing that you are working all things together for my good. I speak blessing over this day. Every conversation is led by your Spirit. Every decision is filtered through your wisdom. Every moment is an opportunity to know you more. Every challenge is a setup for your glory. I declare that this day will not be ruled by stress or circumstances. It will be ruled by your Spirit. I will not be driven by fear, but led by love. I will not chase after approval. I will rest in identity. I will not look to the world to define me. I will let your word name me. Thank you for waking me with breath in my lungs and purpose in my heart. Thank you for being a God who draws near to those seeking, who strengthens the weary, who restores the soul. Thank you for meeting me in this quiet place before the day begins. Father, keep my heart soft and my spirit alert. Let me respond to you quickly and joyfully. Let me listen more than I speak. Let me obey more than I worry. Let me carry your peace into every room I enter. You are with me. You are for me. You are in me. This day is yours, and so am I. Lead me, use me, be glorified in me. I am ready, not because I have it all together, but because I know the one who holds me together. Let your presence go before me. Stay beside me and remain within me in everything. May I reflect you. Let my life today echo the truth of who you are. Let no fear silence my faith. Let no distraction pull me away from the joy of communion with you. Even in the busiest hours, draw me back to this moment, this sacred stillness where it's just you and me. And when I lay my head down tonight, may I do so with peace, knowing that I walked with you, that I listened for your voice, that I lived with intention and grace. Let this day be a testament to your presence in my life. I offer it fully to you. I step forward in faith and rest in surrender. Father, as the morning stretches across the sky and brings in new light, I sit here with you in quiet respect. This stillness is holy, not because of anything I've done, but because you are here. Your presence transforms ordinary moments into sacred ground. And before anything else takes my attention, I give this first hour to you. There's something about early light that reminds me your mercies are new. You haven't changed overnight. You haven't become distant because of my doubt or silence. You remain. You are steady when I feel uncertain. You are close when I feel alone. You are good even when I don't understand the path you've placed in front of me. So I come just as I am, not to impress you, not to check a box, but to be with you, to settle my heart, to be reminded of who you are and who I am in you. The world will soon start pulling at my attention. But here I am, grounded in grace. I breathe in peace. I breathe out fear, Lord. You know the week I've had. You know the moments that felt too heavy to carry. The conversations that linger in my mind. The prayers I haven't yet seen answered. You know the tension. I've tried to ignore the questions I haven't known how to ask. And yet you do not turn away. You draw closer. Still, teach me what it means to trust. Again, teach me to wait. Well, not with clenched fists, but with open hands. Help me lean into you when I don't have clarity. Remind me that peace isn't found in the answers, but in your nearness. That joy is not dependent on outcomes, but on presence. That my soul was made to rest, not in achievement, but in staying close. Holy Spirit, move through every layer of me this morning, into the restless corners of my thoughts, into the deep places where old wounds still speak, into the rhythms that have become more about performance than devotion. Quiet every voice but yours. If I've wandered, bring me back. If I've been working too hard, help me to be still. If I've forgotten who I belong to, speak my name again. Let the fire of first love be rekindled. Let the simple beauty of being known and loved by you stir something new in me. Today, I ask for your wisdom as I walk into this day. Not just for big decisions, but for the small ones too. How I treat people, how I speak, how I listen. May I not move too fast to hear you. May I not let pressure override purpose. Let grace be the filter through which I see and respond to everything. And Lord, if today is hard, remind me that you are still with me. If I am stretched, remind me that you are strengthening me. If I feel unseen, remind me that I am fully known. I don't need to be perfect to be held. I don't need to be fearless to be led. You are my shepherd, and in you I lack nothing. I open my heart to you. Not just the polished places, but the messy middle too. I open my mind to be renewed. I open my hands to let go of control. And I open this day to be marked not by what I can do, but by what you will do in and through me. God, remind me throughout this day that you are not distant, that you are in the quiet moments as much as in the loud ones, that you are not only present when I feel spiritual, but even when I'm distracted, tired, or unsure. Let my faith not depend on feelings, but on your faithfulness. If I start to forget, bring me back. If I lose my way, redirect me gently. If I feel overwhelmed, help me breathe deep and remember you are near. Let my reactions be shaped by truth, not by emotion. Let my posture be one of surrender, not resistance. Let my steps be small if they must, but let them be steady. This day is not just something to survive. It is a gift, a canvas, an opportunity to live loved, to give grace, to walk humbly, to reflect you in ways that may never be noticed by the world, but are seen by you. Help me not to rush past the sacred. Let me notice the beauty tucked in ordinary things, the quiet kindness of a stranger, the soft stillness of a moment, the miracle of breath and light and presence. Help me receive this day. Not resist it, embrace the now, not escape it. You are here, Lord, in this space, in this hour, in this breath. And because you are, I have everything I need. You are enough for my weakness, for my fears, for the road ahead. So I trust you. I release my grip on what I cannot control, and I rest in the arms of the one who holds all things together. Let the foundation of this day be you. Let my words reflect your heart. Let my choices echo eternity. Let my life today be a quiet yes, yes to grace, yes to trust, yes to you. So here I am, Lord, in the early stillness of this day. I don't have all the answers, but I have access to the one who does. I don't have every fear figured out, but I know the one who casts out fear with perfect love. I'm not sure what today will hold, but I know who is holding me. May my heart return to this place again and again, not just in the morning, but throughout the day, in stress, in joy, in challenge, in pause. Let me come back to you. Let me remember this grounding. Let me remember this peace. Let me remember that you are not just part of my life. You are the source of it. With you, I begin. With you, I will continue. And with you, I will end this day in quiet confidence. Because you were in it from start to finish, Lord, before the world finds its voice. I come to find yours in this early hour. I draw near, not with a list of requests, but with a heart ready to listen. The morning holds a quiet invitation to remember that I was created first for fellowship with you, not for endless working, not for proving myself, but for walking closely with the one who knows me best. I sit with the silence and let it speak. Let it speak of your patience, of the way you wait for me without frustration. Let it remind me that I'm not behind, I'm not too late, I am right where I need to be in your presence. This stillness is not empty. It is filled with you, and that changes everything. Lord, I've spent so much of my energy trying to hold it all together, trying to be everything for everyone, trying to anticipate what's next, control what I can fix, what feels broken. But in doing so, I have often lost sight of the simple truth. You never asked me to carry what you already bore. You never asked me to build a life on the foundation of fear, and so this morning, I lay it all down. Every worry, every expectation, every burden, I silently picked up again after saying I had surrendered. I lay them at your feet, not out of defeat, but out of trust, because I believe that you are enough, not just for eternity, but for today. Jesus, steady my emotions, still the thoughts that try to race ahead of your peace. Quiet the noise that insists I must earn your affection. Remind me that I am loved here and now, not when I get it right. Not when the work is done, but simply because I am yours. Teach me how to rest in you, not just physically, but soul-deep rest. The kind that calms the restlessness inside, the kind that realigns me with truth. When the lies feel louder, the kind that doesn't come from everything going right, but from being rooted in you, no matter what the day holds. I don't want to live in a hurry. I don't want to pray in a rush. I want to slow down long enough to see you in the details, in the rising light, in the small mercies, in the quiet. Help you offer without fanfare. You are not just the God of big moments. You are the God of this moment. So help me notice you today in the way the wind moves through the trees, in the way kindness softens a conversation, in the way grace meets me in small, unspoken needs. Help me see that you are never absent, that I don't have to beg for what you are already offering. Peace, guidance, companionship. Let me live this day differently, not driven but led, not anxious but anchored, not distracted but present with you and present with others. Let me respond instead of react. Let me listen more than I speak. Let me move at the pace of grace, not the pace of pressure. And if I'm met with disappointment today, remind me that you are still good if things don't go the way I planned. Help me to hold the day with open hands. You see the beginning from the end. You are not surprised by anything I will encounter. So I lean into your wisdom. I follow where you lead. Keep my heart soft. God, tender toward your voice, quick to forgive, slow to judge. Let me walk in humility, not thinking less of myself, but thinking of myself less. Let my confidence come not from circumstances, but from knowing I am held by you. I don't need every answer. I don't need a perfect plan. I need presence yours, and that is what you promise. Again and again, you walk with me through every valley. You rejoice with me on every hill. You stay when others leave you. Whisper truth in the places where lies once lived. So I enter this day not to prove anything, but to receive everything. I receive what I cannot earn, grace. I receive what I cannot manufacture, peace. I receive what I forget. I need you, and that changes how I rise, how I speak, how I move. Be my compass, be my center, be the calm that shapes my words and the strength that steadies my hands. Let my life today reflect what I believe in, the quiet that I am yours. That you are enough, that I don't have to rush to meet the day because you've already gone ahead of me. And even in the waiting, you are working. Even when the way forward seems hidden, you are guiding. Even when my strength runs thin, your grace fills in the gaps. You are not pacing the floor of heaven, wondering how things will unfold. You are seated in perfect peace, and you invite me to rest in that same peace. So as the sun rises higher and the noise begins to swell, anchor my heart in this stillness. Remind me that I don't leave you behind. When I walk away from this quiet place, you go with me. You are already in my conversations, my to-do lists, my interruptions. I can meet you anywhere if I'm willing to pause long enough to notice. Let my life be a reflection of what I've received in these early hours, not hurried, not heavy, but held. Let me love, well serve humbly, and live honestly. And when the day winds down, may I look back and see not perfection, but presence, not success, but faithfulness, not answers, but peace. You are my beginning, and my end, my source, and my strength. And this day, like every day, belongs to you, Father. I come to you at the start of this day with a heart that longs to be centered, not by what the world says is urgent, but by what you say is eternal. I come not out of obligation, but out of a deep need to be with you, to begin from a place of wholeness, not reaction. I know that as the hours unfold, demands will come from every direction. Expectations will whisper, distractions will tug. There will be moments that challenge my patience, push on my peace, and try to shift my focus. And so I begin here in the quiet, in the stillness, with you, my refuge, my portion, my peace. I ask that you slow me down enough to hear you clearly today. Let my spirit not be swept up in the current of hurry. Let my heart not be consumed by the chase for more. Teach me to be content with your presence, to find joy and simplicity, to be satisfied in the depths, not just distracted on the surface. Holy Spirit, I yield every part of this day to you, my schedule, my words, my tone, my thoughts. Shape them all, refine them gently. Don't let me move ahead of you. Don't let me fall behind either. Just walk with me, whisper wisdom in the ordinary. Remind me what matters when I'm tempted to drift. Sometimes, Lord, it's not the chaos around me that unsettles me. It's the chaos within the unresolved things I carry quietly. The disappointments I've tucked away, the fears I've learned to function around. But you see them all, and more than that, you meet me in them. So I open every room of my heart to you, even the ones I've kept closed, even the ones I don't know how to explain. Walk in and bring light, bring truth, bring peace that doesn't demand understanding, but offers assurance. Your love is not startled by my struggle. Your presence does not pull away from my pain. Teach me to sit with you in the middle of uncertainty, to let the questions remain unanswered, while still resting in your character. I don't have to understand everything to trust you. I don't need full clarity to know I am not alone. You are the God who stays through it all. And if I find myself today in moments that feel too big for me, remind me they are not too big for you. If I feel stretched thin, be my strength. If I feel unseen, be my reminder that I am fully known and fully loved. You are not just present when I feel spiritual. You are present because you are faithful. Help me not to disconnect from you when I feel overwhelmed. Let overwhelm be the place I run to you, not from you. Let it be the trigger for dependence, not isolation. I don't want to live my life in cycles of burnout and shame. I want to learn how to live from a place of continual communion with you and within myself. Let me take breaks when I need them and not apologize for rest. Let me find sacredness in small pauses. Let me rediscover the beauty of a life that is not constantly on display, but deeply rooted in secret places of prayer and peace. Lord, I know I'll miss it sometimes. I know I'll react when I meant to respond. I'll forget when I meant to remember. But even then, you are not waiting for me to perform perfectly. You are waiting for me to return with honesty, with need, with open hands. You always meet me there, so let today be one of those days where I return often, where I recalibrate not with guilt but with grace, where I choose quiet trust over loud opinions, where I see people as souls, not just interruptions, where I see myself through the lens of your love and not through the filter of my performance. Make me aware, God, of where you are moving around me today. Let my heart be soft to prompting I can't explain. Let me be obedient in the moment, even if I don't see the full picture. Let me be faithful in the small things, knowing that faithfulness is never wasted in your kingdom. And when I feel weak, help me to be honest about it, not ashamed, not defensive, just real. Let me not hide my need behind a smile. Let me bring it into the light, where healing can begin. You are not intimidated by my emptiness. You are drawn to it, so you can fill it. Let this day not be defined by perfection, but by presence. Let my goals not replace grace. Let my interactions be marked by compassion. Let my boundaries reflect wisdom. Let my pace reflect trust. I don't have to prove my worth by what I do. My worth is anchored in who you are. So I will walk slowly enough to notice you. I will speak carefully enough to represent you. I will live openly enough to receive you again and again in ways I didn't expect. I believe you're already in this day. I believe you're already working on my behalf. So I let go of the pressure to predict, to control, to earn. I hold on to peace instead. I hold on to grace. I hold on to the quiet truth that this day, like every day, is covered in mercy. I will breathe deep. I will move gently. I will live, loved, be glorified in me, Lord. Not just in what I accomplish, but in how I love, how I rest, how I reflect you in the unseen moments. Let the fruit of today grow from this time with you. Let it be nourished by trust, watered by your word, and made beautiful by your spirit. And as this new morning opens before me, I slow my pace and come first to you before the messages, before the headlines, before the schedule has a chance to shape my attention. I choose to begin from your presence. I begin not with strategy, but with surrender. I confess that sometimes I step into the day like it's mine to control. I gather my energy, rehearse my plans, steel myself for whatever comes. But none of that prepares me like one simple truth, that you are here. You're not waiting at the end of the day to hear how it went. You are present now. You're walking with me into every detail. So I take this moment not as an afterthought, but as the foundation. This is where it all begins with you. In stillness, in honesty, in the safety of being fully known and fully loved, Lord. You know where I'm coming from this morning. You know what last night held the dreams that stirred or the restlessness that lingered. You know what I'm carrying from yesterday, what didn't get resolved, what's still aching, what I tried to silence but couldn't. And you receive it all with grace. You don't require polish. You're not impressed by perfection. You ask for truth in the inward parts. And so here I am with my questions, my mess, my longing, and my hope. I don't need to pretend in this space. I just need to be Jesus. Remind me today of who I am, not the version that gets applause, not the one I curate for others to see, but the real me, the one you see, and still choose the one you died to redeem, the one you are forming daily through joy and sorrow alike. Let my identity not be tangled up in today's wins or losses. Let it rest in the immovable truth that I am yours, that I am chosen, that I am secure, not because of how I feel, but because of who you are, that I don't have to be brave to be safe. I just have to be held, and I am held in this quiet space, in this breath, in the opening steps of the day. I am not alone. You are not an idea I cling to. You are a presence that surrounds and sustains. You are as close as my next thought, my next breath. You are here in the beginning, and you will be here at the end. So I choose to lean into you, not away. I choose trust over tension. I choose peace even if I don't feel it fully yet, because peace is not the absence of conflict. It's the presence of Christ. In the midst of it, help me to let go of what I cannot fix. Help me to stop rehearsing what I wish I'd done differently. Help me to live this day as if grace is actually real, because it is, because it's not just for others, it's for me too. God, I give you this morning. I give you the parts I'm excited about and the parts I'm dreading, the conversations I'm replaying in my mind, the silence that stretches between hopes, the obligations that weigh more than I admit. I give them to you, not because I don't care, but because I trust you more. Let my inner world not be dictated by what's happening around me. Let my spirit be the strongest voice today. Not fear, not comparing myself to others, not old lies that pretend to be truth, but my spirit reminding me that I'm not walking through this alone. I ask you for special moments today, not just good results, but moments where I can feel you close, where I can stop long enough to be amazed, where I can accept kindness without pushing it away, where I can show love without wanting something back, where I can simply breathe and know that I belong right here, right now, with you nearby. When I get distracted, when I forget, when I fall back into old habits, bring me back quickly. Let me say sorry fast and stop shame before it settles in. Let grace be my rhythm. Let truth be how I speak. Let love be what I leave behind today. You are not keeping track of my mistakes, Lord. You are keeping me safe. You are not waiting for me to get everything perfect. You are asking me to walk with you step by step. So I invite you into every part of this day, my work, my rest, my happiness, my frustration. Shape me as I go through it all. Let the small choices matter. Let my quiet prayers be important. Let the ordinary moments be filled with meaning that lasts forever. Let me live knowing that your kingdom is already here, even when I'm doing tasks that seem boring. You are the God who makes time meaningful, who makes what we give you bigger and better, who brings beauty from sacrifices no one notices. So I put all of it in front of you, my effort, my heart, my silence, my praise. None of it is wasted when I give it to you. Thank you for being close before I even asked, for loving me before I knew how to love you back, for staying steady when everything else feels shaky. I receive this day not with fear, but with faith. I walk forward not to prove anything, but to stay close to you. When I go to bed tonight, may I look back not at what I got done, but at how I stayed connected, how I turned to you again and again, how I found you in places I wasn't expecting, how grace shaped me and trust stretched me. You are my beginning, you are my middle, you are my end, and you are more than enough for today. Lord, I come to you in this early hour with a soul that wants to be calm. There's so much noise around me, so many voices fighting for my attention, so many thoughts pulling me in directions I don't always understand. But here in this moment, I am setting all of that aside to make room for just one voice, yours. I don't come pretending to be strong today. I come with the heaviness of what's been building up inside, the tiredness I've ignored, the burdens I've carried without even realizing it, the doubts I've hidden away because I didn't know where else to put them. You are not surprised by any of it. You welcome me as I am, not as I wish I could be. Thank you for being the kind of God who leans in, not away, the kind of God who listens not just to the words I say, but to the hurt underneath them. You know the longings I haven't said out loud. You know the fears I try to explain away, and you meet me there not with scolding, but with gentleness. This morning, I give up control again, not because I feel guilty, not because I failed, but because giving up control is where life begins. Because I've seen enough of my own strength to know it's not enough. I've tried to push through, I've tried to carry everything, but you never asked me to. You simply asked me to come, so I come. I bring my mind scattered and searching. I bring my heart a little hurt, but still beating with hope. I bring my body tired, but here. I bring it all to you knowing you're not waiting for my perfection. You're just waiting for me to be present. Holy Spirit, meet me in the places I don't have words for yet, in the feelings I haven't worked through, in the expectations I've put on myself. Teach me how to let go, not just with my words, but with my whole being. Loosen my grip on the things I've been afraid to lose, because what I've learned is this. Peace doesn't come when everything is figured out. It comes when I trust the one who already sees the whole picture. You are not limited by my uncertainty. You are not thrown off by my hesitation. You are patient, steady, full of grace, and that's enough for me today. God, would you slow me down where I've been rushing? Would you quiet the inner voice that measures my worth by how much I get done? Would you realign my soul with what matters? Not outcomes, but obedience. Not speed, but presence. Not perfection, but grace. Let this morning be an altar, a place where I meet with you honestly, a place where I can cry if I need to or sit in silence if that's all I have. You understand the prayers that don't come out clean. You interpret the groans. You receive the pauses. You move in the stillness, Lord. I don't want to just survive this day. I want to live it fully with you, whether it holds laughter or frustration, clarity or confusion. I want to know you're near, not in theory, but in real, touchable ways. In the way peace surprises me when I didn't expect it. In the way your word jumps off the page and hits just right. In the way someone offers kindness, and I know it came from you. Let my day begin with the knowledge that I am not doing life alone, that no matter what waits for me on the other side of this quiet moment, you are already there. You're in the meetings, you're in the traffic, you're in the decisions and the delays, you're in the unexpected and the unnoticed. So help me walk slowly enough to notice you. Help me speak carefully enough to reflect you. Help me live gently enough to trust you. And when I feel overwhelmed, let that be the signal not for panic, but for prayer, not for spiraling, but for stillness. Because even then, even there, you are God and you are good. Give me courage, Lord. Not the kind that looks impressive to the world, but the kind that keeps showing up. The kind that chooses love when it's hard. The kind that tells the truth in love. The kind that sits in tension and still believes in hope. If I encounter conflict today, help me be a peacemaker. If I feel tempted to retreat, remind me that you are my covering. If I begin to compare, remind me of what I already have. You've never held back from me. You've never once stopped being enough. So I breathe deep. I take this moment seriously, not because of what it requires of me, but because of what it invites me into. Communion, stillness, intimacy. A day that doesn't have to be perfect to be sacred. Thank you for being my beginning today. Thank you for being patient with my process. Thank you for reminding me that all I truly need is found in you. So I go forward not with fear, but with quiet confidence. Not with control, but with open hands. Not alone, but led. Father, in this quiet morning, I open my heart to the words of Psalm 27, not just as scripture on a page, but as truth I need to carry with me. You are my light and my salvation. Of whom shall I fear? Those words steady me. They interrupt the spiral of anxious thoughts. They call me back to the truth that you are the one who surrounds me. The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? These are not just poetic lines. They are lifelines, anchors for the moments when fear threatens to speak louder than faith. In the middle of uncertainty, your word gives me footing. So I declare it again today. You are my light. Not just when everything is clear, but especially when it's not. You light up the path when I can't see the next step. You shine truth over the lies that try to pull me under. Your light exposes what needs healing, and it warms the places that have gone cold with disappointment. And you are my salvation, not only for eternity, but for this very moment. You save me from trying to do everything myself. You rescue me from the cycle of striving. You lift me when I feel too weak to keep going. Salvation isn't just about what's ahead, it's about what's right here. Psalm 27 reminds me that though an army may camp against me, my heart will not fear. Though war may rise against me, even then will I be confident. God, I don't face battles with my own strength. I face them with the assurance that you are near. You fight for me. You protect what concerns me. You guard my heart when the enemy tries to shake it. One thing I ask from you, Lord. One thing I seek deeply. To dwell in your house all the days of my life, to gaze upon your beauty, and to seek you in your temple. This morning, that is my prayer too. More than answers, I seek your presence. More than solutions, I seek communion. Because if I have you, I have everything. To dwell with you means more than occasional visits. It means being rooted. It means waking up each day with a heart that knows where home is. Let me not be distracted by noise when I'm invited to rest in nearness. Let me not chase after clarity when you offer closeness. When troubles rise, you hide me in your shelter. You set me high upon a rock. That image is not just comforting, it's powerful. You are not just hiding me to protect me. You are lifting me to strengthen me. You are giving me a new perspective, one that comes from being close to you. Then my head will be exalted above the enemies who surround me, and I will offer sacrifices with shouts of joy. I will sing and make melody to you, Lord. Worship becomes my weapon. Praise lifts me above fear. Even in the waiting, even in the unknown, I will sing. Hear my voice when I call, Lord. Be merciful to me and answer me. This isn't just a poetic plea. It's the cry of someone who knows that only you can truly satisfy. You said, "Seek my face," and my heart responds, "Your face, Lord, I will seek." Let that be my rhythm today. Not duty, but desire. not checklist, but chase. Do not hide your face from me, Lord. Do not turn away in anger, for you have been my helper. Even when I feel distant, remind me that you are not far. Even when I don't sense your nearness, your word promises that you are close to the brokenhearted. Though my father and mother forsake me, the Lord will receive me. You receive me when others walk away. You hold me when no one else sees. You stay when the world shifts. My identity is not in who affirms me or who abandons me. It is in the God who always remains. Teach me your way, Lord. Lead me in a straight path because of my oppressors. There are many paths I could walk today, many voices offering direction, but I want yours. Make my feet sure. Make my path straight. Don't let me be swayed by fear or flattery. Lead me in truth. I remain confident of this. I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Not just someday, not just in heaven, but here now, today. Let me see glimpses of your goodness as I go. Open my eyes to the wonder I often miss. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. That's the closing of Psalm 27, and it is my invitation this morning. Not to strive, not to figure it all out, but to wait with expectation. To be strong, not in myself, but in you. To take heart because you have overcome the world. So I begin this day not with fear, but with faith. Not with chaos, but with clarity. You are my light. You are my salvation. You are the strength of my life. And in you I begin again. Lord, as I open this new chapter of my day, I pause once again to root myself in your promises. My soul longs for security, not in circumstances, but in you. Psalm 27 is still echoing in my heart, especially those final words. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. Waiting is not easy, God. It tests my faith. It exposes my desire for control. It brings to the surface the places where I still want to hold the pen, write the ending, choose the pace. But your word gently reminds me, strength is not found in rushing ahead, but in waiting with you. And so I wait. I wait not in passivity, but in trust. I wait not because I am powerless, but because I believe you are powerful. In my waiting, I choose worship. In my questions, I choose reverence. I will not let impatience steal the fruit of peace. You promise that those who wait on you will renew their strength. So I bring my weary places to you now. The corners of my heart where exhaustion lives. The mental loops that replay what I wish I could fix. The ache of prayers that haven't been answered in the way I hoped. You see it all, and still you call me deeper. You are not only the God who answers, you are the God who sustains. And this morning, that's what I need. Not an immediate solution, but an inner renewal. Not just direction, but your nearness. That's what changes everything. That's what revives my soul. In your presence, there is rest. Not the kind that comes from sleep alone, but the kind that settles the soul. You calm the noise. You hold the pieces. You remind me that I am not behind. I am not forgotten. I am not alone. You are with me in this moment as surely as you were in every moment before. Teach me, Lord, how to embrace the waiting, not with clenched fists, but with open hands, not with fear, but with faith. Let the waiting be where my roots go deep, where my trust is tested and refined, where intimacy with you grows, not because of resolution, but because of relationship. You are not withholding to punish me. You are preparing me to receive. You are shaping my heart to recognize the blessing when it comes. You are aligning circumstances in ways I cannot see, and you are more concerned with who I am becoming than how fast I get there. If I rush ahead, I might miss what you're building in me. I might settle for answers when you want to give me wisdom. I might cling to outcomes when you're trying to teach me obedience. So help me slow down. Help me stay present. Help me to wait with expectation, not anxiety. The psalmist said, "One thing I ask, this only do I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life." That's what I want too. Not just a visit, not just a feeling, but a dwelling. Let this waiting season be a dwelling place. Let it be where I learn to abide, not just appear. Where I learn to listen, not just speak. Where I learn to be still and know. God, when the days stretch long and the nights feel silent, let me remember that you are never inactive. You are always weaving grace into the story. You are always drawing me closer, even when I feel like I'm standing still. You are preparing my spirit for what my eyes have not yet seen. Let me not mistake delay for denial. Let me not confuse silence with absence. You speak in whispers, in nudges, in deep knowing. Help me to hear with the ears of faith, not fear. Help me to lean in, not back, to stay, not stray. If you are not finished, then neither am I. I will not give up. I will not let discouragement win. I will not let comparison cloud my clarity. Your timing is not just right, it is perfect. Your promises are not fragile, they are forever. And even when I waver, you are unwavering. So I let go again. I release the outcome. I release the timeline. I release the tension. I open my hands to receive whatever this day holds, believing that if you are in it, it will be more than enough. You are my light when the way is unclear. You are my salvation when I feel weak. You are the strength of my heart when everything else feels fragile. I will wait, Lord, and while I wait, I will worship. I will watch. I will be still and know. Father, before the sun climbs high and the noise of the day finds its volume, I return again to this sacred stillness. This early breath is not just an opening, it is a shelter, a space where I can remember who you are and who I am because of you. Before anything else lays claim to my attention, I give this first hour to you. I admit, Lord, that I often come to you with so many words, yet so little stillness. I bring my lists, my needs, my urgency, and sometimes forget that you're not waiting to be impressed. You're waiting to be trusted. You are the same yesterday, today, and forever. And while everything else around me shifts, you remain. This morning, I lay down every rush in me, every mental list, every pressure to figure it all out before I've even taken a full breath. I surrender my striving, not as defeat, but as worship, because you're not asking me to earn peace. You're inviting me to receive it. Let my thoughts settle into the truth of your presence. Let my breath align with your pace. Let my heart beat again with clarity and calm. I don't want to run into this day unaware of you. I want to carry this stillness into every step. I want to be so aware of you that fear has no space to grow. You see the details of this day already, the conversations that will unfold, the choices I'll need to make, the moments that will catch me off guard. None of it surprises you. None of it overwhelms you. So I rest in the knowledge that I'm not walking into the unknown. I'm walking with the one who knows all. And because you know it all, I don't have to pretend. I don't have to perform. I don't have to protect my image. I can just be here, fully present, fully known, fully safe. What a gift it is to be able to exhale every anxious thought and find that you are already holding me. Lord, help me not to measure today by how much I can do, but by how much I can remain. Remain in peace. Remain in joy. Remain in step with you. Let productivity be the byproduct of abiding, not the goal itself. Let my conversations carry the fragrance of grace, not stress. Let my words reflect kindness, not control. Where there is uncertainty, be my grounding. Where there is tension, be my stillness. Where there is frustration, be my reminder that I am not alone. You are not just a God who visits. You are a God who dwells. Right here, right now, in this breath, you teach me to walk gently through the world, not timidly, but gently, with power under control, with love at the forefront, with patience in my pace. I don't want to bulldoze my way through the hours. I want to glide with grace. I want to live so rooted in you that nothing outside of me can pull me out of peace. So guard my heart today, not with walls, but with wisdom. Guard my thoughts, not with avoidance, but with truth. Let me pause when I need to, even if the world tells me to push through. Let me breathe when my chest tightens. Let me smile from a place that isn't forced, but formed in love. And if I stumble today, if I lose my temper, if I forget to pray, if I get distracted by lesser things, remind me quickly that I can always come back to this place, back to this peace, back to the truth that I am not defined by my worst moment, but by your relentless love. Let restoration be quick. Let shame be cut off before it settles in. Let grace move faster than guilt. And let my heart return again and again to what matters most. You. Help me to love well today, even when it's hard. Help me to be patient, especially when no one else is watching. Help me to see the small moments as sacred, the quiet conversation, the shared silence, the quick prayer lifted in the middle of chaos. All of it can be worship when my heart is turned toward you. You are not measuring my worth by my ability to keep everything together. You're asking me to walk with you, not perform for you, to trust you, not impress you, to abide, not achieve. So here I am again, Lord, early in the morning, with hands open and heart expectant. You are enough. You've always been. Let me carry that knowing into every hour, every task, every interaction. Let this day be a reflection of the time we've shared here. Let my life be the prayer that continues. Lord, as I return to this quiet space again, I recognize how deeply my soul needs these moments. Not for ritual, not out of habit, but because something in me settles every time I remember you are near. There's something about this early stillness that draws out honesty. I don't have to wear a mask here. I don't have to pretend I'm fine. I can simply be, and that's where peace begins. Not with perfection, but with presence. Your presence, God, steady, unshaken, faithful, even when I falter. You don't need me to perform. You invite me to be real. And this morning I need that space more than ever. The days lately have felt heavy, Lord. Not always in obvious ways, but in quiet ones. The kind of weight that builds slowly. The kind I almost forget I'm carrying. But you see it. You see the tension behind my smile. The questions behind my confidence. The fear that hides underneath the tasks I keep checking off. So I lay it all down again. Not just because I should, but because I can. Because your word says to cast every care on you. Not just the big ones. Not just the urgent ones. But every care. Every hidden worry. Every quiet ache. Every lingering doubt. You are strong enough to carry them all and gentle enough to care about them all. Thank you for never growing tired of my returning. Thank you for always welcoming me back. Not with lectures, but with love. You are the God who sees and stays, the one who bends low to meet me where I am, the one who speaks peace in the very place I thought only silence would remain. Remind me today that I don't have to have all the answers. I don't have to solve everything or keep it all together. You didn't design me for that weight. You designed me for communion, for surrender, for trust. So I choose trust again today, not because I see the whole path, but because I know who walks it with me. I bring you my relationships, the ones that bring joy and the ones that bring pain. I bring you the conversations I'm nervous to have, the tension I feel but haven't voiced, the forgiveness I'm still learning how to give. Walk with me through it all. Help me choose love even when it's hard. I bring you my work, the tasks ahead, the opportunities and the unknowns. Let me work not for approval, but from identity. Let me serve not to be seen, but because I have already been seen and loved by you. Let my motives be pure. Let my hands be open. Let my pace be sustainable. I bring you my dreams, the ones I hold with trembling hope, the ones that feel too big or too fragile to speak aloud. Help me trust that if you planted them, you'll nourish them. And if you redirect them, it's not rejection, it's redirection into something better than I imagined. Lord, shape my heart to be soft in your hands, not hardened by disappointment, not guarded by fear, but tender and open to your leading. Teach me that strength doesn't always look like boldness. Sometimes it looks like faithfulness. Sometimes it looks like staying when it would be easier to leave. Sometimes it looks like pausing when everyone else rushes ahead. Let me live today from a place of secure identity. I am not what I produce. I am not what others say. I am not my latest mistake. I am yours, chosen, loved, called, covered, and nothing about today can undo what you have already spoken over me. Help me to move through this day with intentionality, to be present with the people in front of me, to listen with compassion, to speak with grace, to love without fear of being misunderstood, to let go of what I cannot control and rest in what is eternal. And as I move forward, keep bringing me back here, not just physically, but spiritually, to the quiet place where my soul is reminded of what matters most, to the secret place where I'm not trying to be anything, I'm simply being with you. That's where transformation happens. That's where real peace lives. So I walk into today, not alone, not uncertain, but with you, and that changes everything. You see me clearly, Lord, not just the image I present, but the real me, the me who wrestles with doubt behind confident prayers, the me who can offer peace to others, but struggle to rest in it myself. And still you do not withdraw. You draw near, not because I've earned it, but because that's who you are. I need that nearness today, not just in the moments that feel holy, but in the ordinary ones, the interruptions, the frustrations, the tension that comes without warning. Be there too. Remind me that your spirit is not limited to quiet corners or soft music. You are just as present in the noise, the movement, the responsibility. Help me to carry stillness within me, a deep knowing that I am not abandoned, that I do not have to figure it all out before I find peace. Let peace find me in the middle of imperfection. Let grace hold me when I'm tempted to perform. Let love anchor me when I start to drift. Teach me to respond, not react. To wait, even if it's just for a breath before I speak. To let patience guide my posture, not pride. To extend understanding even when I feel misunderstood. I want my life to reflect the quiet strength you give me, not just in how I appear, but in how I live. God, when I feel tired today, help me pause instead of push. When I feel tension in my body, help me recognize it as a signal to return to you, not to escape, but to reset, not to numb out, but to remember what is true, that you are here, that you are kind, that you are in control. Let my thoughts stay rooted in truth, not spiraling into worry. Let my heart beat to the rhythm of your promises, not the pressure of the world. Let me look for you, not just in the big breakthroughs, but in the small mercies, in a kind word, in a deep breath, in unexpected laughter, in the way grace shows up quietly and shifts everything. I bring you the tension I can't name, the disappointment I haven't voiced, the longing I've buried under distractions. You are not overwhelmed by any of it. You're not asking me to clean it up. You're asking me to bring it close, to lay it down where you can speak over it. And so I do. Every part, every piece. Because you don't just restore, you redeem. Even when I don't understand how you'll work things out, I can trust that you will. Not because I see the outcome, but because I know your heart. You've never once left me. You've never once stopped being good. You've never once failed to bring purpose out of what felt like pause. So today, let my courage be quiet. Let it be the kind that shows up even when the answers haven't. Let it be the courage to try again, to love again, to speak kindly, to stand still when everything says run. Let it be the kind of courage that doesn't make a scene but changes everything beneath the surface. I won't despise the small steps. I won't discount the unseen obedience. You see it all. You value it all. And even when the world rewards the loudest voice, you honor the quiet faithfulness that keeps going. So help me to keep going, not with force, but with grace. Give me wisdom for what I face today. Wisdom that's gentle and pure. Wisdom that doesn't shout to be heard, but speaks with peace. Wisdom that comes from knowing I don't have to have all the answers, because I walk with the one who does. And in the hours ahead, when I feel my strength waver, help me not to fake resilience. Help me to lean into you. Let my weakness be a bridge to your strength. Let my questions be an invitation to deeper trust. Let my day be marked not by performance, but by presence. Your presence in me, through me, around me, always. I don't ask for perfection. Today I ask for peace. I ask for times when I remember you are close. I ask for the kind of knowing that changes how I stand, that makes my voice softer, that makes my steps steady. I ask for the gift to receive your love, to give it away, to rest in it. And when the sun starts to go down and the heaviness of the day sits on my shoulders, may I look back and see not how well I did, but how much I trusted you. May I see moments of your goodness woven through the regular day. May I feel a little lighter, not because it was easy, but because you carried it with me. You are my safe place, my solid ground, my calm in the middle of the mess. And with that promise, I step forward, knowing, thankful, and held. This morning, Lord, I come to you not to explain everything, but to rest in the fact that you already get it. You know what's coming. You know what I'm carrying. You know the questions that I haven't said out loud. You are not waiting for me to get it all together. You are simply asking me to be with you. There's something special about this quiet time before the day gets busy, before the stress builds, and I don't want to waste it with worry. I don't want to fill it with my own voice when yours is the one I need most. So I quiet myself here, and I listen. Not trying hard, but being still. Not to do good, but to stay close. I give you the heavy things I've been carrying, the talks that aren't finished, the tense places, the waiting that goes on longer than I hoped. I give you the inside fighting, the way I want to take it all back once I've let it go. I give you the fear that pretends to be getting ready. Teach me again what trust looks like when I'm moving. Not just when I'm praying, but in my next step. Teach me how to let go of control without losing peace, to give up the result without shutting down, to stay soft in a world that rewards being hard. God, keep me close to you today, not just in big choices, but in the in-between times, in the waiting room, in the hallway, in the pause before I speak, in the answer that costs me my pride. Let those be the places where I meet you again and again. I don't need a big miracle today. I just need a real reminder that you are here, that you are working, that I am seen. And even if things don't happen the way I want them to, I can trust that nothing will be wasted in your hands. Let me be a person of quiet strength, not because of who I am, but because of who you are in me. Let me carry peace into places that feel heavy. Let me show up with gentleness in a world hooked on being intense. Let me slow down long enough to notice where you're moving. When I want to fill the quiet, help me to sit in it. When I want to defend myself, help me to remember that you are the one who defends me. When I want to pull away, remind me that being alone doesn't heal, only being connected does, and you are where it comes from. I want to walk into today without the protection that was never mine to wear. Not every fight is mine to fight. Not every problem needs me to fix it. Teach me to know where you are asking me to act and where you are asking me to let go. I put down the need to prove, the need to be understood, the quiet pressure to meet expectations you never put on me. Help me trade it all for the simple joy of being yours. Let that be enough. Let that be my strength. When I feel weak in my talks today, let my words carry the weight of kindness. In my choices, let peace be what guides me. In my thoughts, let grace rewrite the old stories. I don't want to live from reaction. I want to live from truth, from knowing who you are and who I am in you. If sadness tries to creep in, let me speak truth to it. If tiredness settles on my shoulders, let me bring it to you instead of pushing through. And if joy surprises me, help me not to rush past it. Enjoy the good without fear of losing it. Let me give thanks without holding back. God, remind me that change doesn't always look like a big breakthrough. Sometimes it looks like being faithful in the same place. Sometimes it's a quiet shift, a softer heart, a slow return, a moment where I chose trust instead of control. I want to walk into today without needing to have it all figured out, just close to you, just aware, just open. Let that be enough. Let that be where I get my strength. Let that be what keeps me steady when the world starts to spin. So here I am, Lord, still listening, willing, just as I am, and not alone. There's a quiet hurt that sometimes stays under the surface, Lord, a wanting for things to be clear, for problems to be solved, for things to finally feel settled. But this morning, I don't ask for answers. I ask for you to be here, because I've lived long enough to know that peace doesn't come when everything makes sense. It comes when I remember that I'm not alone in the questions. You don't promise to take away all the hard things, but you do promise to be near, and that is enough for me today. You are the steady hand when I feel shaky, the deep breath when the pressure builds, the gentle whisper when the noise gets too loud to think. Let me walk into this day with a calm heart, not because it's all easy, but because I'm learning to carry things differently, not in panic, but in prayer, not with tight fists, but with open hands, not trying to be perfect, but resting. Help me to respect the speed you've set for me. When the world says hurry, teach me to listen for your rhythm instead. When others race ahead, let me not feel behind, just held, just steady, just ready for the moments you've prepared. And in the spaces that feel unfinished, where talks are not done or hurts still feel fresh, be the one who holds both the quiet and the sadness. Show me how to trust when the story feels incomplete. Teach me how to love when it isn't given back. Keep my heart soft even when it's been stretched. Give me wisdom for what I can't see, courage for the awkward times, patience for the slow. You are not in a rush and you don't measure time the way I do. Let me trust that growth is happening even if I can't measure it yet. Let me celebrate the quiet wins, the small gifts, the peace that comes not from changed situations, but from changed perspective. And when I'm tempted to carry what isn't mine, remind me that you are already ahead, that you are already working, that the results I worry over belong to you. My job is not to predict the future, it's to be faithful in the present. Let me be someone who notices, who sees the person behind the interruption, who chooses caring over convenience, who slows down long enough to offer presence, not just getting things done. Let love not be an afterthought, it is the mission. God, soften the places where I've become numb. Wake up my spirit again where it's grown tired. Breathe fresh wind into weary places. Give me strength not to try harder, but to stay. Not to push harder, but to lean deeper into grace. I want to move from a place of fullness, not emptiness. When worry tries to control my choices, let your words speak louder. When shame tries to replay the past, let your mercy rewrite the story. You're not counting my mistakes. You're making them new. You're not surprised by my struggle. You're meeting me in it. Let me not look for perfection in this day. Let me look for connection. Let me value being present more than doing well. Let me give kindness even when it costs me. Let me choose quiet when words would only hurt. And when I get it wrong, because I will, bring me back quickly. No shame, no fear, just the safe return to the arms that never left. You are not waiting to scold, you're ready to restore. May my peace today be a quiet proof, not flashy, not loud, just steady, just deep, the kind that cannot be faked, the kind that comes only from you. Let it hold me in every talk, every interruption, every hidden place where you are already waiting. You are enough. This moment is enough. I don't need to chase what I already have. I need only to remember it. And so I breathe deep. I lift my eyes, and I walk forward. Not alone, not afraid, but deeply held. Sometimes it feels like I'm holding too much, Lord. Not just in my hands, but in my heart. Thoughts stacked on top of each other. Jobs overlapping. Feelings I haven't even named yet. It builds slowly, and before I know it, my soul feels crowded. But you are not overwhelmed by my overflow. You are the one who gently clears the space. So I begin here, in this moment, not trying to untangle it all, just offering it to you. The tightness in my chest, the way my mind keeps reaching for tomorrow, the weight of what I can't fix. I lay it all down, not with shame, but with relief, because I was never meant to carry this alone. Help me notice what I'm holding on to. The fear dressed up as control. The bitterness I keep making excuses for. The comparing I let steal joy. The regret I go back to when I'm tired. Let me let them go, not just in my head, but in real life. One thought at a time, one breath at a time. Create space in me again, not just so I can do more, but so I can be more present, more whole, more in tune with what really matters. Let peace have room to breathe. Let thankfulness take root again. Let quiet joy find its way back to the center. You are not a God of confusion. You don't rush me. You don't demand that I perform. You simply ask me to be still, to be known, to be loved, even here, even now. And so I slow down. I let out what I've been holding. I pause before rushing into the next thing, because I know this sacred pause is more powerful than I realize. It's not a break from real life. It's where life is made real. Help me remember that I am not what I achieve. I am not what I produce. I am not the sum of other people's opinions. I am yours. That's enough. That's where everything begins. That's the truth I return to when everything else feels loud. God, I give you the talks ahead of me, the places where I feel unsure, the situations that make me feel small. Let me walk in with humility, but not insecurity. Let me listen without rushing to respond. Let me speak truth with kindness, and let me love without needing to be right. And in the tasks ahead, the small, the routine, the overlooked, let me do them with purpose. Let me see the sacred in the ordinary. Because if you are with me, then no moment is wasted. No act of service is unseen. No kindness is too small. I don't need the spotlight, Lord. I just need your presence. I don't need recognition. I need renewal. So pour out fresh strength in the places that feel dry. Pour out patience where I'm stretched thin. Pour out perspective where I've been focused only on myself. You are the source, not just the supplement. You're not just who I turn to when things fall apart. You're the one who holds it all together. So let my soul return to that truth today. Let it sink deep. Let it carry me through every hour. If I feel overlooked, remind me that I am fully seen. If I feel behind, remind me that I am on your time, not the world's. If I feel unqualified, remind me that you are not limited by my weakness. You often work through it. God, if you want to change something in me today, I give you permission. Not reluctantly, but willingly. Not just the parts I'm proud of, but the places I usually hide, the patterns that don't serve me, the walls I built for protection that now feel like prisons. I ask you into every part. The thoughts that loop, the fears I silence, the dreams I've nearly let go of. Have your way, not just in the public moments, but in the private ones, in the habits, in the reactions, in the choices no one sees. Let me be changed by being close to you. Not trying, but staying. Not chasing, but resting. Not trying harder, but trusting deeper. That's where the peace is. That's where I want to live today. You know the layers, Lord. The ones even I don't understand. The stories I've told myself to stay safe. The patterns I've kept, because they were familiar, not because they were free. You know the lines I cross quietly in my heart before they ever become words. You know where healing still needs to begin. And you meet me in it. Not with shame, but with presence. Not with blame, but with kindness. That kindness is what changes me. It disarms me. It draws me. It makes me want to be whole, not to earn love, but because I've already received it. I come to you this morning not just with requests, but with a desire to be centered again. I've let distractions creep in. I've let my confidence rest in temporary things. I've let fear shape more of my choices than I'd like to admit. But you're here now, and so am I, and that's enough for change to begin. God, take me deeper today. Not wider, not louder, just deeper. Into trust that doesn't flinch. Into hope that doesn't demand an explanation. Into love that keeps showing up. Peel back what needs to go. Tend to what's been neglected. And build in me the kind of peace that isn't shaken by the weather. I don't want a surface-level kind of faith. I want roots. I want real. I want a relationship with you that isn't based on how I feel, but on what I know. That you are faithful. That you are for me. That you are with me even in the places I try to hide. I bring you the places where I feel stuck. The cycles I keep repeating. The reactions I regret. The areas where I still try to control instead of surrender. You are not intimidated by my mess. You are not disgusted by my process. You delight in making new what feels beyond repair. Let me live today like I believe that. Let my steps reflect freedom even if I'm still learning how to walk in it. Let my prayers come from a heart that trusts you hear every word, even the silent ones. When I'm tempted to reach for quick fixes, help me reach for you instead. When I want comfort more than change, remind me that you are both. When I try to numb the ache, remind me that healing takes time and it's okay to not rush it. Let your truth replace every lie I've believed. The ones that say I'm not enough. The ones that say it's too late. The ones that whisper I have to earn what you've already given. Let grace speak louder. Let mercy soften the places I've hardened just to survive. God, restore wonder where I've grown bitter. Restore softness where I've grown guarded. Restore simplicity where I've made things too complicated. Bring me back to the joy of being yours. Not perfect, not polished, just present, just honest, just willing. Let me carry this heart into my day. One that doesn't seek applause, just alignment. One that isn't worried about being impressive, just being faithful. One that returns quickly when I stray, not out of guilt, but out of love. If I get interrupted, let me respond with patience. If I get discouraged, let me return to truth. If I feel overwhelmed, let me come sit again with you. This moment isn't a detour, it's the direction. You're not just part of my life, you are the life within it. Remind me to drink deeply from what doesn't run dry. Your word, your voice, your grace. I don't want to sip casually at the edges. I want to be filled. I want to overflow, not because I've mastered anything, but because I've stayed near. You're not asking for performance today. You're asking for presence. You're asking me to receive, to breathe, to let go. And so I open my hands, I still my soul, and I welcome whatever you want to do in me today. No trying, no pretending, just surrender, just honesty, just love in return for love. Some mornings I wake up carrying more than I expected, not because anything big happened, but because the weight built up quietly, thought by thought, choice by choice, and suddenly my spirit feels crowded. So I come here again, not out of habit, but out of need. I don't always know what to pray, but I know I need you. I know I need to breathe slower, think clearer, rest deeper. And I know none of that comes by accident. It comes by choosing to pause, by choosing to return, by choosing to make space for you to speak. There are things I've picked up along the way that you never asked me to carry. Expectations I placed on myself, weights handed to me by others, pressure that doesn't match your pace. I lay them down now, one by one, even if I don't know how to name them all, because your load is easy, your weight is light. Not because life is simple, but because you share the weight. You walk with me through it. You don't ask me to fake strength. I'm asked to find it in you, and that's what I need today. Real strength, real peace, real joy, even here. So help me see this day through a different lens. Not one clouded by fear or tiredness, but one shaped by faith. Let your truth realign my thinking. Let your love soften my approach. Let your grace quiet the noise inside me. There's beauty in slowing down, not to escape, but to see clearly. To notice the way you're working even in the small things, even in the moments I overlook. Let me not miss you today because I was rushing through the hours. Let me live this day with eyes wide open. Let my words carry weight, not because they're loud, but because they're true. Let my actions be rooted in love, not duty. Let my responses reflect the peace I've received from you. And when I feel that peace slipping, help me return quickly. No shame, no delay, just return. I bring you the things I'm expecting today, the joy, the stress, the unknown. I ask for grace for each part, for patience when things take longer, for kindness when others are hard to love, for clarity when the next step isn't clear. You go before me into every space I'll enter, and you are already present in each one. That's the kind of truth that steadies me. I don't have to force my way into peace. It's already been offered. I just have to choose it, receive it, rest in it. And when the voice of fear rises, let the voice of your spirit rise louder. When comparing tries to creep in, remind me of the unique calling you've given me. I don't have to live someone else's story. I just have to walk faithfully in mine. Let that be enough today. Faithfulness, not perfection, not performance, just a steady heart that returns to you over and over again. Give me joy that surprises me, moments that remind me you're still near, talks that lift instead of drain, and enough grace to handle what doesn't go as planned. If I feel frustrated, let me pause before reacting. If I feel overlooked, let me remember who sees me. If I feel overwhelmed, let me breathe and ask for help. I don't need to carry what you've already offered to carry with me. You haven't forgotten me. You haven't stopped working. You're not disappointed in how long it's taking. You're shaping me in ways I can't always see. And even now, even here, you are present. You are good. You are more than enough. So I let go of what I was never meant to hold. I open my hands. I soften my heart. And I walk into this day, not alone, not afraid, but with you. I don't want to rush past this moment, Lord, even if I have a lot to do today. Even if the pressure already whispers its urgency. This space with you is where everything begins. Not the checklist, not the expectations. Just this quiet surrender where I stop performing and simply breathe. I've been holding on to things, tightening my grip on outcomes, carrying conversations long after they're over, playing out what-ifs in the back of my mind. But none of that brings peace. None of that draws me closer to you. So here in this breath, I choose release. You're not asking me to control what I can't. You're asking me to trust, not because the path is easy, but because you are good, and you've proven that goodness again and again. Not always in the ways I expected, but in ways I needed. So today I trade worry for awareness, fear for faith, urgency for presence. I want to be present, God, not just with the people around me, but with you. I want to notice where you're moving, not just push through my own plans. I want to make room for your whisper, quiet my heart again. Let your spirit be louder than the noise. Center me again, not in my goals, but in your grace. Because grace is what steadies me when everything else feels like shifting sand. You never called me to do this alone. You never asked me to figure it all out before coming close. You welcome me as I am. Messy, tired, unsure, but willing. Willing to be changed. Willing to be softened. Willing to be led even when I don't understand the next step. When doubts creep in, remind me what's true. When old fears knock at the door, remind me they no longer have authority. I belong to you. I am covered. I am chosen. I am held. And nothing that comes against me today will be stronger than the one who walks beside me. I ask you to lead me, not just through the obvious challenges, but through the subtle ones, the quiet frustrations, the undercurrents of insecurity, the moments that tempt me to retreat or shut down. Be the calm in my breath, the peace in my pause, the wisdom in my response. You are not waiting for me at the end of this day with judgment. You're here now, walking every step with me. That changes how I show up. That shifts how I carry myself. I can move slowly, speak gently, and respond in love. Not because it's easy, but because I'm rooted in you. Let me live from overflow today, not trying to pour from empty. Fill me again, even now as I prepare to enter this day with purpose and grace. Show me how to serve with a whole heart, to speak with clarity and caring, to listen more than I speak, to be present even when distractions try to pull me in every direction. And when the middle of the day comes and I start to forget the peace I found this morning, bring me back here, back to center, back to stillness, back to you. Remind me that I don't have to wait until tomorrow to begin again. Every moment is a new invitation. If I feel behind, remind me that I'm exactly where you need me. If I feel lost, remind me that you are never confused. If I feel anxious, remind me that peace is not something I chase, it's someone I know. So I breathe again, not out of ritual, but out of respect. This day is not mine to carry alone. This moment is not too small for your attention. You see it all, you hold it all. You walk with me through it all, and that is enough for me today. Lord, I don't want to start this day pretending I'm stronger than I am. I don't want to mask my tiredness or hide the places that feel tender. You see it all already. Every hesitation, every unspoken burden, every quiet hope, and still you welcome me. Not when I'm polished, not when I've figured it out, but now, just as I am. So I come honestly. I don't need to impress you. I don't need to rehearse the right words. I just need to be here, open and willing to be led, willing to be shaped, willing to trust you again, even in the places that have disappointed me before. There's something holy about this stillness, not because the world has paused, but because I have. I've stopped long enough to remember that I am not my own savior. I am not the answer to everyone else's need. I am a vessel, one that needs to be filled, one that finds strength not by holding everything together, but by being held. God, I need your peace to interrupt my patterns, the mental spirals, the constant evaluation, the invisible pressure to prove something. Let peace settle over me like a covering. Let it be the lens I look through, the posture I carry, the shield around my heart. I bring you the questions I can't answer, the timing I don't understand, the longing that doesn't have words yet. None of it is too much for you. None of it disqualifies me from your presence. You invite me to come, and so I do. I come with my guarded heart and ask you to soften it. I come with my tangled thoughts and ask you to quiet them. I come with my restless soul and ask you to anchor me again in your truth. Remind me that I don't have to earn stillness. It's already been given if I will simply receive it. Let my life today be marked by gentleness, not weakness, but gentleness rooted in strength, the kind of strength that listens before speaking, that offers grace when it's not expected, that sees others fully without needing to correct everything. I don't want to go through this day distracted. I want to be awake to beauty, to kindness, to divine appointments I could so easily miss. So slow me down. Let thankfulness take the place of grumbling. Let presence take the place of rushing. Let worship take the place of worry. Help me recognize when I'm stepping out of peace. Help me notice when I've taken on a burden that isn't mine to carry. Let conviction be gentle and swift. Let restoration be the rhythm I walk in. You are the one who calms every storm, not just the wind and the waves, but the internal storms too. So I give you every bit of it, the tension, the tiredness, the moments I feel like I'm falling behind. You hold time in your hands. You hold me in your care. That is more than enough for me to rest again. You're not watching from a distance. You're here with me, in the quiet, in the questions, in the moments where nothing looks miraculous, but faith grows anyway. That's what I want today. Not a flash of breakthrough, but a steady heart that doesn't flinch. Let my tone be gentle. Let my eyes be kind. Let my footsteps be guided by something deeper than impulse. Shape my reactions into responses of love. Give me the courage to stop trying when my spirit says to rest. You're not grading me today. You're guiding me. You're not disappointed in my tiredness. You're drawing near to it. So let me be honest in how I show up. Let me live from the truth that I'm already fully known and fully loved. May I find you in ordinary moments. A breath, a smile, a pause between tasks. And may I learn to count those moments as holy, not because of their appearance, but because of your presence in them. So I quiet myself again. I release the rush. I receive the grace, and I move forward. Not because I have it all together, but because I know the one who holds me together. There's a deep stillness I long for, not just around me, but within. A kind of quiet that doesn't depend on silence, but on surrender. So I come again, not because I have the right words, but because I know you're already here, ready to meet me, ready to steady me, ready to speak peace into places I've let grow loud. I've realized how often I've tried to create peace by solving everything around me. If I could just fix this one issue, if I could just get through this one week. But peace isn't found on the other side of control. It's found in trust. And trust always begins here, in the quiet, where I let go. So I let go of what I can't predict, of what I've been overthinking, of the subtle tension I've been carrying in my body and my spirit. You never asked me to carry the weight of the world, only to walk closely with the one who already does. Let that closeness define my day. Let it shape how I see others. Let it inform the way I move through small moments and big ones. Because when I know you're near, I don't have to force things. I don't have to explain myself to be at peace. I can just abide, just be, just trust. You've walked with me through harder things. You've been faithful in the quiet and the chaos. You've never once abandoned me, even when I couldn't feel you. So I anchor myself again, not in a feeling, but in truth. The truth that you are constant, that you are kind, that you are with me now. Remind me that growth doesn't always feel like progress. Sometimes it feels like staying still. Sometimes it feels like patience. Sometimes it feels like choosing peace in a place where fear once lived. I bring you the areas I'm tempted to rush, the decisions that feel urgent, the parts of me that still measure worth by productivity. Help me slow down, not just in how fast I move, but in how I carry myself. Let my soul move softly, even when everything around me is rushing. You have always cared more about my heart than about me being busy. You want to walk beside me, not push me forward. You want to change me, not just keep me moving. So help me see today in a new way. Not as things I have to get done, but as a garden I need to take care of. A place where I can be faithful. A chance to love people well. Let me notice what really matters. A nice word. Being patient when I answer someone. Making choices by praying instead of feeling rushed. These are the special things. These are what you use to make good things happen when the time is right. So when things get loud inside me or around me, help me to stop, to take a breath, to remember this holy invitation. Come to me, all you who are tired, and I do come. Not to run away from life, but to get ready for it. You are not asking me to be perfect today. You are asking me to be here with you, and that is something I can do. Even with my questions, even when I feel weak, even with things that are not finished. You are not waiting for me at the end. You are walking every step with me. Let that truth change how I act today. Let it make my voice softer. Let it slow down how I react. Let it make room for happiness. Not because everything is perfect, but because you are close to me. If I lose focus, bring me back. If I get tired, remind me that I do not have to carry everything by myself. If I forget your promises, bring them back to my mind. Not as rules, but as reminders of who you are. Let love be the beat of my day. Let peace show that I trust you. Let grace be the thread that goes through every talk I have with people. And when the sun goes down, let me look back not feeling proud or ashamed, but thankful. Because I was never alone, not for one moment, and you are still holding me. There is something about the early morning hours, Lord, the way the world has not asked for anything yet, the way the quiet makes space for truth. And in this peaceful place I come again, not to act or say fancy words, but to rest, to get my heart right again, to remember what matters most. Because before I look at the time, before I check the news, before I reach for my phone, I want to reach for you. You are not just how my day starts. You are the breath that keeps it going, and I need that breath right now. There is stress I have been carrying, worry that came in without asking, a heaviness I did not really notice until I stopped long enough to feel it. But you knew it was there. You saw how tired I was under my smile. You noticed how my soul leaned forward trying to keep everything steady, so I give it to you now. Not because I know how to fix it, but because you are the fix. You do not just repair things, you fill them. You fill the space between who I want to be and who I am right now. You meet me in the middle of the process, not just at the end, when things get better. Let your peace wash over what I do not understand. Let your kindness heal the places that still hurt. Let your voice be the one I follow today, even when other voices want more, faster, louder. You never ask me to run faster than grace. You just invite me to stay close. So here I am again staying. Not because I am scared, not because I feel pressure, but because I know there is nowhere else I would rather be. This is where I find clear thinking. This is where I remember who I am. God, let how I move through this day be shaped by this stillness. Let what I do come from being lined up with you. Let my tone be touched by caring. Let my timing be given over to yours. When I face things I do not know, help me respond with faith instead of fear. When I feel like things are taking too long, remind me that you are never late. When I feel forgotten, anchor me in the truth that you see every part of me and you never turn away. I want to be led by peace today, not by deadlines, not by comparing myself to others, not by worry dressed up as being urgent. Let peace be the compass that points me forward. Let joy be the strength that keeps me going. Let love be the reason I do what I do, even in the smallest jobs, even in the quietest moments. You are there. Teach me to treat them as holy, to see you in a breath, a smile, a pause. These are the moments that shape my spirit. If sadness tries to creep in, let thankfulness rise in its place. If stress pulls at my focus, let truth call me back. I do not need to figure it all out. I need to trust the one who already has. I lay down my walls, the ones that make me seem strong but keep me far away. I lay down the self-criticism I mistake for being humble. You are not asking for my perfection. You are asking for my honesty, my openness, my giving up control. So here I am, again and again, being centered again, being reminded again, being made new again. I do not want to carry yesterday's tiredness into today's invitation. You have made new mercy for this morning. Let me receive it. Walk with me through each moment, Lord, through the good times and bad times, through the interruptions and the open doors. Let me keep in step with your Spirit, not ahead of you, not behind, but close, always close. That is where I find my strength. That is where I find my peace. That is where I choose to begin. It is easy to forget, Lord, how close you are, how willing you are to meet me here in the stillness before the day starts. So before the noise rises, before decisions call my name, I pause, I return, I breathe, and I remember that you are here. You have never asked for perfection at this time, only honesty, and I come with that now, fully known, fully seen, yet never turned away. That kind of love quiets everything else. That kind of grace makes space for healing to begin. There are things I have been carrying without knowing it, tiny weights, fears I have not spoken, small disappointments I tucked away instead of dealing with. But you see them all, and you do not ask me to hide them. You ask me to hand them over, so I do. One by one, each thought, each burden, each piece of my scattered heart. You are not overwhelmed by my need. You are not impatient with my process. You delight in walking slowly through this with me. You are not in a rush to get me somewhere else. You are here in the process, in the quiet, in the unknown. So help me stay here long enough to be changed. Not for show, not for others, but for wholeness, for truth, for the joy of walking closely with you again. When I start to drift into distraction, bring me back gently. When I start to believe I am too much or not enough, remind me that you are my enough. I do not have to be everything. I just have to be yours. That is where strength begins. Let the tone of my day be set here, not by worry, but by assurance, not by fear, but by faith, not by what others expect, but by what you have already spoken. I am chosen. I am loved. I am held. God, renew my mind today. Wash away the old stories that no longer help me, the self-doubt, the inner critic, the endless pressure to be more than I was created to be. Let my thoughts line up with truth. Let them carry the weight of heaven, not the weight of fear. Show me the way forward, not with a map, but with a moment, a step at a time, a breath at a time. That is how trust is built. That is how faith grows, not all at once, but little by little. And you never get tired of walking it with me. Give me a heart that is quick to forgive, quick to listen, quick to bless. Let me see interruptions as invitations. Let me see people not as tasks, but as treasures. Let love be my lens. And when I do not know what to pray, let silence be enough. When words do not come easily, let my sighs rise as incense. You understand the language of my soul. Even my groans are not wasted in your presence. I want to live this day rooted, not restless, grounded in truth, not tossed by the chaos, anchored in your presence, not striving for control. You are my source, not my backup plan. You are my beginning, my sustaining, my end. If I face resistance today, remind me to lean not on my own strength, but into yours. If I feel forgotten, remind me that I am written on the palm of your hand. If I feel tired, remind me that you give rest to the weary and joy comes in the morning. Let this be my song as I walk through the day, that I am not alone, that I am not without help, that I am not without hope. You walk beside me, you speak over me, you lead me in paths of peace even when the road feels bumpy. Sometimes the morning comes before I feel ready, Lord. My eyes open, but my heart is slow to follow. It takes a moment to remember where I am, who I am, what today holds. And in that pause, I reach for you. Not because I have to, but because I know you are already reaching for me. You meet me not with demands, but with mercy, new mercy. Mercy made fresh for this exact moment. Not recycled, not reduced, but handcrafted with care for me. And I do not want to rush past it. There is so much I could chase today. Tasks, approval, clear answers. But what I truly need is presence. Not presence that waits for me at the end of a productive day, but presence that walks with me through each breath, each interaction, each choice. You are not waiting in the distance. You are here now. So I stop striving before I even begin. I stop performing before the audience even forms. I lay down the pressure, the perfectionism, the pace, and I breathe, slowly, deeply, on purpose. Because this breath is proof I am here, and so are you. Remind me that I do not need to earn what you have already given. Remind me that today is not a test to pass, but a gift to receive. Remind me that being with you is what changes me, not trying harder, not doing more. Let me move at the pace of grace. Let me choose stillness over urgency, presence over distraction. Let my first instinct not be to react, but to return to you, to peace, to what is true. God, I know there will be moments today when I feel stretched, moments when I want to withdraw or prove myself or pretend I am okay when I am not. Give me the courage to stay soft, to be honest, to choose connection over control. Teach me to be gentle with myself, with others, with the process. I do not have to rush healing. I do not have to fake joy. You are just as present in the slow rebuilding as you are in the sudden breakthrough. So I will not despise the quiet progress. I will not dismiss the work you are doing just because I cannot measure it yet. Let love be the legacy I leave today. Not accomplishment, not appearance, but love. Help me make space for others. Help me speak words that lift and actions that reflect your kindness. And when I do not know what to say, let me listen. When I do not know how to lead, let me serve. When I feel small, remind me that faith does not require size, only surrender. You are not disappointed in my limitations. You designed me with need, so I would always return to you. So I bring you every unfinished piece, every unanswered question, every area where I still need help. I lay it all before you, not to be fixed, but to be held. Let my dependence be my strength today. Let weakness become a doorway for grace. Let humility invite your spirit to move in ways I could not orchestrate if I tried. I do not need all the answers to have peace. I just need to know you are near, and I do, even now, especially now. You are closer than breath. So I walk forward with open hands, not holding on to fear, not clinging to control, just aware, just willing, just held. It is easy to feel like I am running out, Lord, running out of energy, patience, clear thinking, but you are never depleted. You are the well that never runs dry. And so I come here again, not to impress you, not to perform, but to drink deeply from what only you can give. I need what the world cannot offer. Peace that is not tied to outcomes. Love that does not shift with mood. Strength that rises even when my body feels weak. These are the gifts you offer freely. Not because I have earned them, but because I belong to you. I confess how often I reach for other things first. Distractions, comforts, quick answers. But they do not hold me like you do. They do not steady me like your presence. They do not satisfy. And so I return again. Not ashamed, but hungry. Not hiding, but open. Fill me again today. Not so I can do more, but so I can be more present, more grounded, more aware of what really matters. Let the rhythm of grace mark my steps. Let your spirit lead where my own wisdom falls short. You are not just my refuge when things go wrong. You are my portion when everything is still. Teach me to abide not just in trouble, but in the quiet moments too. The pauses, the overlooked spaces, the in-between hours. Help me to notice what you are doing beneath the surface. Help me to be okay with not having all the answers. Trust does not always look like certainty. Sometimes it looks like waiting. Sometimes it looks like walking even when the path is not fully clear. I give you my desire to control the outcome. I give you the parts of my story that still feel unresolved. I give you the people I have been trying to fix. And I trust again that you love them more than I do, that you are working even when I cannot see it. Let love flow through me today in quiet ways. A gentle tone, a thoughtful pause, a willingness to forgive even when it is hard. These are the seeds you use to bring life where bitterness tried to take root. Let me plant them with faith, not with fear. When I feel empty, do not let me reach for distraction. Let me return to you. When I feel pressure, do not let me panic. Let me remember your promises. When I feel overwhelmed, do not let me retreat. Let me rest. God, you are my calm, my compass, my quiet joy in the middle of it all. And with every breath, I am reminded I am not forgotten. I am not alone. You have carried me through too much for me to doubt your faithfulness now. When I look back, I see the grace that met me in hard places. I see the comfort that held me through long nights. I see the mercy that chased me down even when I strayed. So I choose to believe you are still that same God today. Not distant, not indifferent, present, active, attentive, kind. Let your kindness shape my posture. Let it soften my voice. Let it teach me to extend the same grace I have received. If I forget today, remind me gently. If I fall short, lift me gently. If I feel far, draw me gently. Your gentleness makes me great, not in status, but in spirit. I release what I thought today needed to look like. I let go of the schedule I made, the mood I expected, the outcome I tried to plan. not because I do not care, but because I care enough to surrender it. You are the one who holds time and meaning and purpose. I do not need to prove anything today. When discomfort rises, remind me that not every pain is punishment. Some things you allow to refine me, not to ruin me. Let me not run from growth just because it feels unfamiliar. You are present in what stretches me. You are shaping me for more than comfort. When others misunderstand me, remind me that you know me. When my motives are questioned, let my identity rest in you. I do not need to defend myself when you are already my defender. I do not need to be heard in every room when I have been heard in heaven. Quiet the urge to over-explain. Calm the fear of being left out. Let solitude become sanctuary, not punishment. Let stillness sharpen, not silence. This day is not about being seen. It is about being faithful in what no one else sees. I choose presence over performance, faithfulness over frenzy, depth over noise. May that be the soil where peace grows today. I want to respond to inconvenience with grace, not irritation. I want to see need, not nuisance. To bless, not just bear. To build bridges where misunderstanding threatens division. Teach me to hold space for what others carry, without losing what you have entrusted to me. Let my attention be a gift today. Not divided, not distracted. Let it carry weight. Help me notice the unnoticed, those who feel invisible, those who sit quietly hoping someone will care. May I carry your presence into those spaces with humility. And when I feel overlooked, may I still bless. When I feel passed by, may I still praise. My significance is not on trial today. My worth is settled. My value is sealed in your love, so I can release the striving and simply serve. Give me discernment to say yes to what bears fruit, and the courage to say no to what only drains. Let my no be full of peace, not guilt. Let my yes be rooted in joy, not obligation. Let both reflect wisdom, not weariness. If correction comes, let me receive it. If silence surrounds, let me embrace it. If celebration breaks through, let me join without comparison. You are present in each experience, shaping a deeper faith in me. Remind me that unseen obedience is never wasted, that consistency is more valuable than charisma, that showing up with a whole heart matters more than finishing first. Let me measure my life today by how well I love, not how much I achieve. You have never asked me to be impressive, only faithful. You have never needed my perfection, only my surrender. So I open my hands again. I open my heart again. I welcome the possibility of joy where I least expect it. Let this day teach me something new about trust, about presence, about walking slowly with you instead of racing ahead on my own. Let discomfort deepen dependence. Let quiet speak volumes. Let ordinary moments carry eternal weight. Even if nothing feels spectacular, you are still worthy. Even if I only plant and never see the harvest, you are still moving. Even if all I do is stand firm and love well, that is enough. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Beloved brothers and sisters in Christ, as we bring this powerful morning prayer to a close, let us walk boldly into the breakthrough that God has already set before us. Heavenly Father, we proclaim your power and authority over every area of our lives, our relationships, our careers, our health, and our spiritual journey. Lord, shatter every chain that hinders us from receiving your best. Dear friends, I urge you to step out in faith today, holding fast to the promises of God and following his lead. Never forget our God is faithful and will complete the good work he has begun in you. As you go forth, carry with you the life-changing power of God's word and the unshakable assurance of his love.